Hi, I'm Mark Bradley Morrow. I was born and raised in a small town in northwestern Pennsylvania, and this is my story. When I first came out with my story to my wife, I knew in my heart, God said, Mark, you are going to write a book about your experiences. I'm like, I don't think so. So I was 19 years old and my dad suddenly died at the age of 45. And then in the very next 2 years, my two favorite uncles committed suicide. So there I was, a young man. I'm missing the three most important male role models in my life. I'm leading the youth group in my church. I'm leading worship. I'm singing special music. Whenever the pastor would go on vacation or be sick, he'd ask me to fill in. And I end up doing the ultimate prodigal son story. I kept that a secret from my wife by omission, but when I told her, I need to tell you something, our marriage was hanging on for dear life and I was wondering if we were going to make it. I ended up telling one of my best friends, I told my wife and I told my pastor, and you'd think I'd stop after that. And I know that God orchestrated it so that He would take my bad decisions and poor consequences and He would use them for good in the future. So I think God has a good sense of humor. The first time I ever shared my story publicly was at a pro-life music festival in front of 6,000 people. A few months later, I'm in San Francisco. The CBS Evening News is featuring me as part of their top story of how abortion affects men. And a couple months later, my story's on the front page of the LA Times. And after that, it all started to snowball. I kept my 4 abortions a total secret for 18 years. My good friend Brad and I, we've co-written the book. It's called The Greatest Pretender, because for all those years, I was a pretender. And I think that everyone who reads it can identify in some way or fashion with it. And I think it's going to bring a lot of men and women healing to their hearts.